welcome back. Today I want to talk about headlines that's making the rounds right now. Home sales are headed for the worst year since 1995. Now, if you feel like you've heard this one before, you're not wrong, because at the end of 2024, we were seeing almost the exact same headline. So in today's video, we're going to be breaking down what's happening in the housing market right now, why it feels a little deja vu, and whether 2025 is shaping up any differently than last year. So stick around, because this is one of those videos or one of those stories where the headline doesn't tell the full picture. So let's kick things off with the latest data. Now, mortgage rates have dipped slightly, averaging 6.59% in August. And as of this week, we're seeing about 6.35% on 30-year fixed. Now, this is the lowest that we've seen in, well, 10 months. Home prices, well, they've steadied, but they're still high. Not a big surprise. The median U.S. home price right now is $404,000. We're at around there. That's about 1.7% up from last year. Now, here's where things get a little interesting. Fewer homeowners are even listing their homes. Active listings fell 1.4% in August, which might not sound like a lot, but it's the biggest monthly decline since 2023. And sellers that actually do list, well, many of them are pulling back. National delistings, meaning homes taken off the market, jumped 47% in June compared to last year. We did a video on that not too long ago. That represents a 34% increase year to date. Now, Redfin's forecast says that we'll end 2025 with about 4.05 million existing home sales. Now, that's essentially flat compared to 2024, which, by the way, was already the worst year for sales since 1995. Now you can start seeing how these headlines are kind of meshing together here. So what we've got here is a good old-fashioned gridlocked market. Buyers don't want to buy, and sellers, well, they don't want to sell. So let's talk about the buyers. Now, the affordability crisis is the number one roadblock right here. Yes, mortgage rates have come down from the 7% range, but prices are still near record highs. Buyers are waiting for that, what many are calling the magic number for mortgage rates. Some think 6% will be enough. Others say it's going to need to be closer to 5%. Zillow even crunched the numbers and said rates would have to drop all the way down to 4.43% to make the average home affordable again for the typical buyer. And I mean, let's be real here. Their own economists admitted that's unrealistic. The bottom line, even with slightly lower rates, buyers haven't jumped back in because prices remain way too high. Now, let's flip the coin and look at the sellers. Now, most homeowners, they're locked in at mortgages in the 2 to 3% range. And moving would mean giving that up for a new loan at 6%. That is a massive payment shock. Add to that fear of not getting their price, sellers know that the market has shifted, but many aren't willing to cut asking prices to meet today's buyer. A Realtor.com economist summed it up perfectly. Sellers are facing a tough choice: adjust to the market and sell for less, or hold out and risk sitting indefinitely. And when you think about it, that's why so many homes are being pulled off the market completely. Now, let's jump back to 2024 for a second. Wolf Street, for example, ran a headline stating, "Home purchase demand destruction accelerates, buyers strike deepens, sales headed for the worst year since 1995. Does that sound familiar? Here's what's happening last year. Mortgage rates dropped down near 6%. Just like where they are right now. But even with cheaper borrowing costs, demand stayed collapsed. People simply refused to buy. 2024 ended with home sales at the lowest point since 1995, and now in 2025, we're looking at basically a repeat performance. The difference is this: last year, the focus was entirely on demand destruction. This year, inventory is also tightening. Sellers are retreating just as buyers are staying on strike. The combination makes the market, well, even more stuck. So what could change this? Well, if mortgage rates keep sliding, we might see more buyers tiptoe back into the market. Some agents think the magic number is going to be 6%. Others say, again, closer to 5%. But here's the reality. Even if rates fell down to 5%, prices are still at historic highs. This doesn't solve the affordability crisis. The only real ways out of this gridlock are sellers dropping prices or buyers adjusting their expectations. It's simply it. And historically speaking, when prices get too far ahead of wages and affordabilities, prices eventually come down. Remember the old saying, high prices destroy demand. Everyone knows that. So here's where we are. Another year, another headline saying the worst year of home sales since 1995. But the truth is this isn't a brand new problem. This is a continuation of what we've been living through since 2022. The market is in a stalemate. Buyers are waiting, sellers are holding out, and until one side blinks, either through lower rates or lower prices, we're going to keep seeing headlines that sound exactly like this. So, as we close up this video here, I want to hear from you. What do you think will finally break the gridlock? Will it be mortgage rates dropping into the 5s? Will it actually be price cuts from the sellers? Or do you think buyers are going to stay on strike until both of these things happen? Drop your thoughts down below in the comments. I'd love to see your perspective on this. And if you happen to be in California looking to buy or sell, I'm an agent right here in Orange County. Give me a shout. I'd love to help you out. And friends, that's going to be it. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, hit the subscribe so we get to see more of each other. And that's going to be it. I'm going to be shutting off my cameras. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.